On our show today, we have Burt Braverman, President of the Board of Directors of KEEN, Kids Enjoy Exercise Now. Thank you for being on our show today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Burt, tell us a little bit about what KEEN is all about.
Kids Enjoy Exercise Now is a one-on-one recreational and exercise program for special needs children. We have children with autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy. It really doesn't matter what their disability is, but our children are, in many cases, profoundly disabled and unable to participate in some of the other well-known programs like Special Olympics. With volunteers, we provide all kinds of recreational exercise programs: swimming, bowling, tennis, teen club, for all age groups in the children and young adult groupings.
Now tell us a little bit about yourself. I understand that you are a new proud papa, second time over. How did you actually get involved with KEEN? As far as, are you a parent of a special needs?
No, I'm not a parent of a special needs, and yes, I am a proud grandparent now, and in fact I've caught my grandson's cold, so forgive me. I became involved with KEEN shortly after it was founded nearly 17 years ago. The son of very dear friends of mine has cerebral palsy, is profoundly disabled, and he was one of KEEN's first athletes. We call our participants athletes, and we call their volunteers who work with them coaches. Okay. And through his involvement, I became involved attending fundraisers, then helping to raise money and other support, and then the real turning point was as a volunteer.
Okay, so as far as you said that there are programs at KEEN as far as the bowling,
yes,
and the fit. As far as what other programs are there besides?
Well, I should first mention we have programs in Washington, D.C., in Southeast D.C. We have programs in Montgomery County, Maryland, and also in Fairfax County, Virginia.
Now, is KEEN a local organization, or?
KEEN started as a local organization here in Washington. Several years back, KEEN had become so successful that we decided to form a USA organization, KEEN USA, and we now have affiliates in 7 other cities: New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Chicago, Kansas City, St. Louis, and Phoenix, and with more on the way. And we also have 3 affiliates in England.
Okay. And I was sorry to interrupt you, but you were talking about the programs.
Yes, we have programs in all 3 jurisdictions: Washington, Maryland, Virginia. Our programs are divided very generally among 3 age groups. We have our children up through the early teen years. We have young adults, and we also have an adult program. Our age ranges are from 5 to 25. And within those groups, we provide a whole variety of activities. As I mentioned, we have our general sports program. We have swimming, tennis, bowling, music. We have a KEEN Fit program, which is at Washington Sports Center. And they are all designed to give our kids the chance to exercise, the chance to have fun, the chance to belong to a team, we call it the KEEN team, and to experience some of the joy and satisfaction that they otherwise would not have available to them.
Why is it so important for special needs kids to be involved in recreational activity?
Well, there are really multiple benefits here. Unfortunately, our society is very exclusionary for special needs children. And so consequently, as a general matter, they simply are not able to participate in many of the programs, the after-school programs, the weekend programs that we take for granted. And so we wanted to create the opportunity for them to have this available to them. The program really provides benefits on many levels. It gives them the chance to exercise. That's important for some children to fight obesity. It gives them the chance to develop friendships where the exclusionary aspect of their daily life might prevent that. It gives them the chance to interact with others, both people with and without disabilities. And really, another important level here is that it provides tremendous benefits to the people who volunteer with us.
Speaking of some of your volunteers, I know that you have different organizations that come in to help as far as with the volunteer basis, as far as working one-on-one with their children, as far as could you name a couple of organizations that are involved?
Over the years, we have had just wonderful support from the community. We have many, before naming the organizations, our most important basis for volunteer support are all of the individuals who come to our programs. We have everything from teenagers to grandparents. We have professionals to stay-at-home moms. We have families that come out as a group to volunteer. And that has been just a terrific traditional basis for our support. But many business partners have come out to volunteer. So, for example, we've had PNC Bank, KPMG, many other corporate groups in the Washington area, but also we've had the Washington Redskins. We had a wonderful day, for example, this past year, where our athletes went to Redskins Park and spent the day doing drills with the Redskins players.
I'm sure they enjoyed that, didn't they?
Well, they enjoyed it. The Redskins players were they didn't know what to expect, and I think our kids ran them around pretty well.
As far as they gave them a run for their money,
They did, they did.
What, as far as if an organization decides to volunteer, what benefit as far as to that organization, as far as corporate culture and so forth, as far as plays a part as far as giving back to the community?
Well, you know, we find that more and more today, so many of the companies, both large and small, really feel that it is important to give something back to the community. And they do so not only directly. We have many of these companies giving grants to Keene, to providing sponsorships to Keene for its various events, but they also make it possible for their employees to come out, often during the work week. In other words, by making hours available to come volunteer at a fundraiser, or on the weekend by providing the benefits to come out on the weekend and volunteer. I think what they find is that by creating this environment where their employees can participate in other ways than just the 9-to-5 job, they become more whole. It's a more holistic approach to it. They know that they benefit from seeing how their volunteer effort contributes to the community. And in fact, one-on-one, we know for a fact that every one of those volunteers is enthused about it. And one good example of that is Georgetown Prep has a program with us, and they have sent volunteers out as part of fulfilling each student's community service obligation. What we found is that even though that community service obligation lasts only for 1 year, many of the students come back to volunteer in subsequent years because they have gotten so much out of Keene.